Today's show is brought to you by GoDaddy. Buy your own domain name, build your site, or use any of GoDaddy's business tools and save 30%. Just go to trygodaddy.com/HWT. That's trygodaddy.com/HWT. Hey everybody, welcome to Hey We're Talking. It's me, Scotty D. I got Bob and Derek Tant here. The whole gang is on board for this episode of Hey We're Talking. Today, we are celebrating nothing at all except for doing another show. We're just going to do a show. What do you think about that, Derek?
Is 3 a gang?
Our gang is 3. Why not?
I don't
What
know.
is it, a gaggle? I don't know.
No, I mean
a gaggle. That sounds horrible.
2's company, 3's a crowd, 3's company. I don't know.
Are you trying to get rid of us?
No, I'm just saying maybe we're not a gang.
3's company. Now there, that was a show right there.
Oh yeah.
You know what's so stupid though? When you're a kid, you had no idea why it was funny. You just liked that Jack Tripper would fall down and stuff. And I think we all liked,
What was her name?
I can't
Sorry,
remember.
what?
Not,
What show is
was
this?
it Chrissy? Was Chrissy
Three's
the
Company.
one with the? They had multiple different blonde
Yeah, there was
girls,
a couple
but
different blondes.
the
Suzanne
main
Summers.
first blonde, I feel like her name was Chrissy. I can't remember.
I'm gonna look it
And
up.
Mr.
but
Furley and the
Mr. Roper.
the Ropers were the originals. Derek, you really have not seen Three's Company?
Like I'm aware of it, and I've probably seen
What?
an episode or two, but
Take
it
a
was
step
be-
that is new.
it was popular before my time.
And hers and his Three's Company too.
It never really went into syndication.
The Daily...
Like-
yes, it did.
But
The
not-
Daily Bugle? Come on, dude.
No, like I never watched it that much. Not like Mama's Family.
Oh, my gosh. How can you even compare Mama's Family to Three's Company?
Dude. I've got tickets to see Vicki Lawrence perform as Mama in 2 weeks.
You're lying.
And I am not even lying. My whole family.
Derek
is going,
has the most bizarre... Like, even when he... Okay, we're going to talk about this in a minute. This leads into this very well. I said, let's talk about some movies that we've seen recently. When we get to what Derek's going to talk about, I said to him when he was telling me about it, I was like, you just like to be different. You like to be like the odd. He likes to find... It's like when he found that crazy, scary movie, like the children's book or whatever, Das Dugadaga or whatever. What was that called? That
Los
stupid...
Locos.
The kid, like the kid's book that was the horror movie.
Oh, the Babadook.
Yes.
Babadook.
He comes
Weird.
up with
That's
these
weird, Coase.
crazy things.
But no, that was critically acclaimed. That's like a mainstream, critically
Okay.
acclaimed. Everybody loves that. That is not anything that's like weird or out of the ordinary.
The
If you would
only
just
way...
watch
the only way that I even knew about it, somebody talked about it on a TV show or something the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, I would have never known about this stupid movie if it weren't for Derek.
it's stupid. But if Boontar recommends it,
No.
he's all over it.
No,
you know?
not at all. No, because he probably recommends some of these weird things to you. Don't you think?
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to talk about movies that we've watched, but Derek's going to give us a little bit of a different twist on it. Should we just start off with yours? I mean, I've hyped it up so much, we might as well. Listen, Bob, listen to this thing that he's watching on
Ready for it.
Netflix.
I'm ready for
Tell
it.
him about it.
Well, I feel like you completely glossed over that. You were just like, that's weird because I'm going to go see Vicki Lawrence.
It
perform
is
as
weird.
That's weird.
That is not weird.
As
that show-
Mama? You're going to go
that-
see her perform as Mama. That's even weirder.
No, it's Vicki Lawrence. She has a one woman. She calls it her 2-woman show. She does half the show
my
like
gosh.
giving, performing as herself, and then there's like a halftime, and then she performs as Mama. Okay,
Try
now
to
that I say
explain,
that-
but wait, try to explain to people that are listening to this show what Vicki Lawrence even is. Because most of the people are going to be like, I don't know who Vicki Lawrence is.
But Mama's
I'm
family.
looking
is
her
still,
up.
Mama's Family still runs on TV though. To
What
this day.
television?
It's on TV.
Where?
Channel 14. Like on Channel 14. They still play it. I still see Mama's
Wasn't
Family.
she like friends with Carol Burnett or something? Wasn't she on Carol
Yeah.
Burnett's show?
Yeah, Vicki Lawrence was on Carol Burnett's show, The Carol Burnett Show.
Yes.
And they came up with this sketch called The Family.
Yes.
Where Vicki Lawrence played, and she's younger than Carol Burnett.
Oh,
but
yeah.
she played her mother. So she played this grandmother character, Mama, Thelma Harper.
Therefore,
She was
the title of the show, Mama's Family.
Mama's Family. Anyway, yeah, and I loved it. My family loved it. We watched it every day when I was a kid. Every single day it was on. I watched every episode. Love it.
And now he's going to see her.
Oh, my son has seen the show. Like it'll come on like once a day here, and he'll see the show, and he loves it. And I saw that Vicki Lawrence is touring as, she does this show. She's been doing it for years.
Oh my
She really
gosh,
has.
this
She's
is
been doing it for
crazy.
years. So half the show is herself, half the show is Mama. And I asked my son, my 14-year-old son, who's really cool. He's a popular kid. I was like, "Do you want to see this?" And he's like, "Yes, I do. Let's
so
go."
you're going.
Wow.
So
I'm sure.
my son, my wife, and my parents are all going.
Dang it. And Bob totally froze up now. And this is going to happen. So here's so now right when I was going to have you tell him the story, he froze up. Let's hold on a second and see if Bob comes back. Okay, Derek, so here's the deal. You got to tell Bob about this thing you've been watching on Netflix. It's so bizarre, okay? Should you describe the show before you tell the name of it?
I don't.
No, tell the name of it.
Tell the name of it.
I
Go
wanna
ahead.
See if I can pick up off of something.
Zumbo's Just Desserts.
I've seen it. It's a great show.
Are you you liar?
I'm totally.
You're a
seriously
liar.
Not.
You
I have
know
no clue
He
what
has
that
not
is.
seen it. He has not seen
No,
it.
I have no clue what it is,
Okay.
Derek. What
Okay,
the
talk
heck
about
is
it.
that?
What is it?
Okay, it's an Australian dessert cooking competition show.
This is what I'm saying. Who goes, this looks interesting.
So there's this guy. He's
Zumbo.
huge in Zumbo. Adriano Zumbo. He's an Australian dessert maker. And he's got shops. He's got like shops in all the major cities in Australia. He has 6 shops, I think.
It would be so great if Danny could just be here for 1 second to be like, yeah, Zumbo, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, hey, let me interrupt real quick. Danny is so excited. They got their first Taco Bell in Australia.
Yeah.
And
he was
it's been
standing in
open for
line. It's
5
like the
days,
second
and
day.
He's standing in line way outside.
No, he went the second day and it was still packed with people.
That's so awesome. Anyways, Zumba and Zykai.
Zumbo. Is it Zumbo?
Anyway. Yeah, Zumbo. He's like a modern day Willy Wonka. He makes these extravagant, very fancy desserts, right?
So creepy guy?
No,
Willy Wonka's kind of creepy. Let's be real.
No, but Zumbo's not creepy.
Okay.
He's he's actually kind of bland. No, he's not. You would actually think that he would be like kind of out there, like even Guy Fieri weird, but no, he's not. He's just this bald guy, and he just kind of stands there. He's like, you see what you can do.
Sounds like an exciting show.
A
bald, boring guy makes
me
desserts.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Get to it. He doesn't really do anything. That's not the point. So they get these 12 amateur Australian dessert makers. They're home bakers, and they got they got a group of weirdos. And they're weird. And they basically put out a challenge. We want you to do this. They give them the challenge. All right. So they do it. They crown a winner, and then the 2 losers, like the bottom 2, the people that screwed it up the most, they have to do.
He yells and swears at him.
No, this is
that's
not Gordon
not Gordon
Ramsay.
Okay.
It's a very friendly Australian show. They love each other. All the competitors, they're nice to each other.
Okay, cool.
But what they do is he reveals like this crazy dessert that he's made, and they have to recreate it using their own skills. And whoever screws it up the most gets kicked off the show.
So
but you were also talking about the desserts, though. You said that it's like a cake inside of a pie inside of a cookie.
Well, yeah,
that
way
sounds
he does.
erotic, but good.
Yeah, he creates these crazy desserts, and they also ask him to like. and they also kind of dive into the Australian culinary dessert scene. They're talking about items that I've never heard of. Bob, have you ever had a lamington?
Nope.
Have you ever had a pavlova?
Nope.
You ever had an Arnott's biscuit?
Nope.
Well, maybe you should watch Zumbo's Just Desserts to educate yourself.
So I considered watching it for like not a chance, but let me go back. So this show isn't actually still running, right? It's done with. You're watching a rerun.
Well, it's on Netflix, so yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here, according to dailymail.com, which is an Australian, TV and showbiz kind of website,
right.
here's what they said.
Or a
August,
newspaper, but go ahead.
Yeah. August 22nd of 2016. So obviously it was, that's kind of when it was going.
But it just came out on Netflix the other day. So
here's what they said about it. Were all the contestants given Xanax prior to the show? Zumbo's Just Desserts off to bitter start as viewers take to social media calling it a slow and boring, unoriginal mess.
Wow.
What I will say
Way
then
to
to that,
mean Australians.
if that is considered boring in Australia, I would die to see the exciting stuff in Australia because I thought it was really interesting. I loved it.
All I can think of is when you pull out a knife and they go, "That's not a knife. It is a knife."
That's so cheap, and they didn't do one Crocodile Dundee joke.
On the whole show, they didn't say shrimp on the Barbie or anything?
No, it was the dessert show. They wouldn't have to do,
Put another shrimp on the Barbie.
I love it. Look, sure. I mean, the format of the show is probably unoriginal, but I like watching the Australian and the British. I love watching
What's the name of the British one that you like?
Oh, the Great British Baking Show. Everybody loves that one.
Yeah, are you sure?
A guy on Twitter, Philip Derbyshire, sounds Australian to me. He said sheer unadulterated hell, and that was just weeks of trailers. The show is actually much, much worse.
So sad. Was the tagline for the show "No rules, just right"?
A Master Chef ripoff. Okay, I can live with that, but Zumbo has zero personality, and home cooks are weird. Disappointing TV.
Man, people are brutal in Australia, apparently.
I guess they have high standards or something like that.
I guess. Basically in America, we'll put anything on TV.
Look, if you value...
I like how Bob's still reading the tweets. He's laughing about them.
This show has the chefy lines from MasterChef spoken at the pace of someone at an Alcohol Anonymous meeting.
That's sad.
Just Desserts AU.
Look, I always try to find something about things that I like. I just liked the show. I couldn't stop watching it. I watched it in 3 or 4 days.
So Mama's Family and Zumbo's Dessert Disasters.
So that's what Jim Gaffigan talked about when you're just kicking back on your couch in your underwear and you're watching the Food Network. It's just like food porn. That's kind of how Derek's got going on.
You know what's dangerous is I hadn't had just regular TV for a long time. I cut the cord, but then I got DirecTV again. And so I have it on HGTV all the time now. That's dangerous.
Now you want to remodel your kitchen.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, hey, Cheryl, you know what we're going to do here is we're going to bump this wall out. Going to put a built-in here with a Murphy bed.
It's a total gut job.
We're going to have to gut it. We got to gut it. It's so stupid.
I just cut the cord.
This is so
Did you really?
outdated.
So outdated. So you're going to need shows like this that Derek's going to have to recommend some Netflix shows to you.
I don't really care. I don't even need to watch TV. I really could care less.
He's so above it.
No,
Bob's
just don't really.
He's into books and stuff. He's very intellectual.
Bob hates reading.
You don't like to read or watch TV?
No.
You're un-American.
I just like to sit in silence or go play my drums.
He just goes and stares at the wall.
Play music.
I mean, I don't get it. I have good taste in freaking TV and movies, and anytime I recommend anything to you guys, y'all don't even bother to check it out. Y'all just take to Twitter, Google it, and you're like, this.
No, I didn't crap all over it, really.
Maybe I don't have
It just
a
sounds
great
boring.
voice for describing things.
No.
But The Babadook is a really good scary movie, and Zumbo's Just Desserts is a really entertaining Australian cooking competition show that is available for streaming on Netflix, and you would be doing yourself a disservice by not watching it if you were a fan of that genre.
Okay.
Netflix, if you want to sponsor Hey We're Talking, just get in touch with us at heywe'retalking@gmail.com.
Here's the thing. I think that you described the show perfectly, and a bunch of people on Twitter agreed with your description. You said the guy was not... He was kind of boring and bald and not charismatic.
Yeah, but he's not he doesn't really do anything. He's just like a judge. It's like, hey, I'm here.
But the show is
hey, I'm here.
But the show's named after him. And he doesn't even swear at the contestants and yell at them and make them cry.
No, they make themselves cry.
Do they? Get really emotional about the cookies? Excuse me, biscuits?
Yeah, they do.
Some tea and crumpets?
You know, when they got they're like, my dessert's going to have 9 different elements, and I've only got 3 hours to get it done, and I don't know, you know, and then they get in their own head and they start to freak
and they
out.
mess up. All right.
And
Go
for
ahead.
whatever reason, they got like this Brazilian pastry chef. It's like Zumbo's assistant.
Okay.
And she yells at them the whole time. So,
See,
you know, she's
that's
like,
what it is. It's the yelling. You need the yelling.
well, all she does is remind them of the time. She's like, guys, we got 2 hours left.
Is she good looking, though? See, that's that's the attraction. There you go. You got to have some hot chick that yells at people. That's actually kind of weird to have a hot chick yelling at people. All right. So when we come back, Bob and I will share what we've watched recently and see if it can compare to Zumbo's Dessert Nightmares. Fast, simple, and affordable. That's what registering your domain name with GoDaddy will be. Fast, simple, affordable. And if you listen to this show, Hey We're Talking, you know you're getting a discount, 30% off if you go to trygodaddy.com/HWT. Again, 30% off. All you have to do is go to trygodaddy.com/HWT for 30% off your domain name and other business services provided by GoDaddy. Hey everybody, it's Scott from Hey We're Talking. You've heard us talk about Gamefly.com before. The basics are this. They've got over 8,000 titles for every gaming platform you can think of, and they're giving you a 30-day free trial. That's right, 30-day free trial for you, the listeners of Hey We're Talking. You want to play video games? You want to be a champ at video games? Go to gameflyoffer.com/HWT. That's gameflyoffer.com/HWT for your 30-day free trial. What an exciting time for Australian shows. If you are into them, we've talked about those a little bit. Derek kind of hates that we pick on him for it, but it's part of. It's just we're having fun. I will watch a show. I will watch one episode of that show.
I won't. I'm not going to waste my life on that.
Oh my! See,
On
that's
that
just
nonsense.
he's so rough. He's like just
Doesn't-
so in your face.
Doesn't crush candy. Doesn't.
I know. He's
I
like,
thought
I don't
about-
have
I-
time.
I thought about, after listening
Oh
to your
my
guys' episode about Candy Crush and Soda Crush, I thought about downloading it.
Soda
but
Crush
just
is fun.
Never have.
But let me just tell you something. I'm furious. Listen to this crap. So, because I'm an Apple fanboy, I got the new Apple iPhone X, whatever you want to call it. And I loaded up everything. Everything was fine. I go to play Soda Crush. I had a 180-day streak, people. That's half a year of making sure once a day I played Soda Crush so I get the little prizes.
Mm-hmm.
When I turned it on my new phone, sent me back to day one.
Oh yeah.
No!
They don't. It doesn't cross over to different phones.
No! It was, I signed in through Facebook like I did on my other one. Why would it not give it to me?
it
I would
doesn't matter.
contact him. I would contact him and raise
Listen,
heck.
I'd be like, your free game kicked me out of my 180 days.
Listen, Scott.
This is how
I have-
pathetic my life is. A
have an
180-day
iPhone.
streak made me sad.
That's the reason why I don't play
Yeah, it's
Soda
dumb.
Crush.
It's dumb. All right, listen. we're going to talk about some movies that we've seen recently. Now, Bob, as we know from previous episodes of Hey, We're Talking, not the biggest movie watcher. In fact, we're learning today he just doesn't like to watch anything, really. In fact, you're not even watching sports this year, are you?
No, I'm not.
Oh, gosh dang it, Bob. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Let's just pretend he's still there and he decided to. He's like, no, I'm not. And then he's done.
That's so sad that he's in the middle of a word and then he just like zoop and he's gone. Kids, here's a little hint for you. When you're going out and you're thinking, hey, I'm going to get something and start my own little podcast and do Skype calls with my buddies and do a podcast. Here's a quick tip for you. Buy an Apple computer. Although you don't have one and you don't have all these problems.
I have a Dell Inspiron.
Yeah.
That is.
And yours works fine. And you're using like what, Windows 83?
There's no such thing. I'm using Windows 7, brah.
Oh, you went up. Wasn't one of them that you had like Windows 95 or something?
No, like my old computer had Windows XP.
Okay,
but
XP.
This is like my wife's old computer. Her old computer that I got her like 6 or 7 years ago.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it still works.
It works, and like this is the only thing I use this computer for. She has a new one. She has a new computer. It's got like Windows, 18 on it or something. I don't know.
I don't think it's Windows 18.
Windows 10. It's got the new Windows.
It's
got that on there. She loves it.
There you go.
And so I'm just using this. I hooked this microphone.
It's your podcasting computer, right?
This is the studio. We're in the studio.
And here's the funny thing. You got that old A computer running old A Windows stuff, and you don't get cut off from us.
Nah, because I got some.
He's back.
Because I got hot stuff Wi-Fi and a cool microphone and a HD camera, and
we've been ragging on the fact that you got
dumped
off again. Okay, Bob, before you get kicked off again, tell us about what movie. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, singular.
What movie you've seen recently?
Yes. Baby Driver.
And
I thought it was awesome.
It is.
I thought it was a great movie.
It is.
It was a really, really good movie.
What is that about?
Cheryl's addicted to it. She loves it.
Yeah, I saw that she put on Facebook or something. She's like, should I really be driving and listening to the Baby Driver, soundtrack? Which, if you go through the whole movie, the soundtrack for that movie is absolutely amazing.
There's so much music too. It's got like, if you go out, see what I did was the actual soundtrack on Apple Music, they don't make the whole thing available. So I just went and found out what was in the movie, and then I just grabbed each song individually and made a playlist for her.
Can someone please describe the movie to me?
Yeah, we will in a second. He's going to tell you about it.
It's about a baby who gets stuck in a car, and they have to break out the windows because it was getting too hot in there.
No.
And he was in the driver's seat.
No, that's not true.
Oh. I must have watched the wrong Baby Driver then.
You did. It's a different version. No, Baby Driver is about a guy who's like a getaway driver, but he's a young kid. But he's a younger kid, and they call him Baby.
Oh,
that's his nickname. But it's really good though. It's really good.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the watch.
It unfortunately does have Kevin Spacey in it, and he's not real popular right now. But the movie is really good, and it's before we knew what a creep Kevin Spacey was.
Yeah, I just put Nick Cage's picture over Kevin Spacey. We just, that way I wasn't worried about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I was afraid that it was gonna be like an actual baby, like when they did the Baby's Day Out, which I never
Geniuses and all that kind of stuff.
I never saw those, but I heard the reviews were terrible. So
Derek, the movie is fantastic. It's fantastic. Okay. You would really like it. It's a little offbeat as far as like the concept, but it's really fun.
I think that's what makes it cool is it's offbeat for the concept.
It's made by the guy who did the movies. I think his name is Nick Frost. He's the guy who does Shaun of the Dead.
Brother.
No, Shaun of the Dead and all those movies. He wrote those movies. This is he made that movie.
So that's what I'll do. I will take your word for it and maybe try to watch that movie.
But it's actually a good movie, I swear.
Because you recommended it, Scott. Okay. Because you two recommended it and said it was good. and you're saying it's an actual good thing, maybe I'll go and like find it in a red box or something.
You should, because two people, telling you that is good. One guy telling us that. I'll wait until Scott watches.
And then all the Australian tweets that said it was bad too.
Yeah, I'll wait until Scott watches Zamboomba Foo or whatever it's called, and then once he does, if he enjoys it, then I'll take a peek at it.
Zumbo's Dessert Nightmares or something like that.
That's exactly what I
know.
said.
This is a bit.
It is
audience.
I
know this is a bit audience,
but you are hurt.
But part of me is like kind of trying to get pissed off, and I'm like, no, this is,
no, it's okay.
I'm like, no, like suppress that because this is fake. But I'm like, these guys are.
Oh wow! Careful!
Wow,
he got close. He was about to drop the bomb on us for real.
He was.
These guys are.
Okay.
I would have to go in and beep it all out.
I know.
No,
okay, so here's the movie. I literally watched this before we recorded tonight. So it came out like today, actually, the day we're recording. And it didn't get, I don't think it got good reviews, but it was entertaining and I laughed a lot. So that's good for me. It's called The Hitman's Bodyguard. It has Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson in it. And the concept is Ryan Reynolds is like a security guy who protects like these high-ranking people, or like, they can be bad people. They're not always good people, but he protects them. And Samuel L. Jackson is a hitman. And they need to get Samuel L. Jackson to The Hague to testify against this guy from Belarus who's got war crimes against him. And the guy from Belarus has these guys that go around and are just killing all these people. But Samuel L. Jackson has the goods on him. So Interpol gets a hold of him, and then eventually there's a leaker. There's bad people in Interpol that keep giving Samuel L. Jackson up. So somehow Ryan Reynolds, whose career was ruined because one of the people he was trying to protect was assassinated, he has to try and protect Samuel L. Jackson, and they're kind of like arch nemesis, like they don't like each other. And so it's kind of funny. But just imagine Samuel L. Jackson cursing at Ryan Reynolds for 2 hours.
Were there snakes on the plane?
There were no snakes, but Samuel L. Jackson is in fine form. I mean, it's so funny.
How big's his hair?
Samuel L. Jackson doesn't have hair.
Oh, he's bald. Samuel L. Jackson, I got mixed feelings about the guy because he's a cartoon character now. He's like Johnny Depp.
He's in like thousands of movies.
Yeah, but like he's on those commercials now.
He's making money for Capital One. What do you want him to do?
I hate credit cards. I hate the concept, and I don't know.
If Capital One showed up at your door and said, Derek, we want to dump a truckload of money in your lap to come and go, what's in your wallet? Would you not do it?
Capital One, if you want to sponsor Hey We're Talking, email us at heywe'retalking.
Well, I will let you know. I will let you know how I feel about that when Capital One shows up and offers us a sponsorship deal.
I'm just going to tell you right now, if Capital One backed the Brinks truck up to my door and dumped the money in, I would go, what's in your wallet? Like, no problem.
Yes, of course. But
so that's what Samuel L. Jackson is doing. He's like, hey, I'm already a bazillionaire. But hey, who can't? I need more money. Why not?
Capital One.
Because it seems like he just plays that same character over and over again.
Because
like
he's Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, like in the latest movie that I watched recently, The Hateful Eight.
But he's not the same character in that. He's like the old cranky black man from way back in the day.
Yeah. I take back all my statements about that. He's not really a cartoon character, nor is Johnny Depp. I mean, I'm just trying to be.
Johnny Depp sort of is too.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
I'm just trying to be controversial.
Why did you bring Vince Vaughn into it? What did he ever do?
Because he's the same character in every movie.
Yeah, but I love Vince Vaughn, so who cares?
Oh, I do too.
If you love the person, who cares what they're like in movies? You go to see it because the guy's in it.
Right. If Vince Vaughn wants to sponsor Hey We're Talking,
dude, if Vince Vaughn wants to do anything, he can talk to us. We'll let him take over the show.
We'd have him on. I'd love it. He could be.
Hey, baby, what do you want to do? I'd be like, whatever you want, Vince Vaughn. All right, man, let's do it. I'm in.
Let's do that, and let's refer to him when we're talking to him by his full name. Hey, Vince Vaughn.
I would.
And
Hey,
like,
Mr. Vince Vaughn, how are you? I'm okay,
Like,
baby. How
buddy?
about you? No, he called me baby. That's what he does.
Yeah.
How you doing, baby? I like Vince Vaughn. I'm in. Vince, you're welcome on the show.
I did watch something funny on Facebook today.
What was it?
It was Kevin Hart and the Dwayne Rock Johnson.
Yeah, they're good. They're good in movies together too. They're
So
they're
they
having
were
fun.
they were interviewing each other, but
Yeah.
reverse rolled.
Yeah,
So Kevin Hart was acting like
right.
The Rock, and
Yeah.
The Rock was acting like Kevin Hart, and it was so hilarious.
I think
Just
that
go
was
look it
from
up
when they
on-
did
Central Intelligence?
Yeah, Central Intelligence
Yeah.
together.
It could have been, but it just happened to pop up on my video feed.
But
on
Kevin Hart
Facebook.
breaks
It
really
was-
quickly, doesn't he?
Yes.
He's
Yeah,
trying to
see-
do The Rock, and he starts laughing.
And The Rock did good. He's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
man,"
Yeah.
got that high pitched voice and everything. It was it. If you go sit there and watch it for the 7 minutes or whatever it is, I guarantee you'll laugh. It's
I don't know
hilarious.
when Jumanji's coming out, but I think Kevin Hart has a little bit part in that because he and The Rock they're good
And
together. I was going to say Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds should be in another movie together because it was funny. It's like Vince Vaughn and what's his face? Dang it, what's the guy's name?
Ferrell?
No.
Oh,
You know,
I know who you're
he's from
talking about.
Texas. He's got the crooked nose.
Yeah.
Oh,
Owen
dang
Wilson.
it. Yes.
Owen Wilson.
Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson should be in
Oh.
tons of movies together. They're in 2 right now, I believe. Maybe a little more. Were they in Starsky and Hutch together? I think they may have been. I didn't like. I think I tried, and I was just like, oh, so bad. But there
I thought
you
you were
go.
talking about John Favreau.
No, but he and Favreau do well together as well. But
Yeah. So, The Hateful Eight is a Quentin Tarantino film. It's currently available on Netflix. It's pretty
it's a
good.
good movie. I love Quentin Tarantino movies.
Whatever happened to John Malkovich?
He's
John
still-
Malkovich, he's still around.
Still Malkovich and the
I haven't
crap
seen
out
him
of
in a long time.
He did.
You ever
like-
seen Red? Red 2?
No,
I was not a fan of those, but I know people like those movies.
Those are pretty good.
I need to go back and watch Kill Bill.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 1 and
I've
2.
seen them both. Yeah, I've seen them both. I love them.
Yeah.
I'd really like to go back and watch them now.
Inglorious Bastards is one of my favorites of his.
Never-
Yes.
What? Bob, seriously. Please
Who's in that one?
watch. It's a Quentin Tarantino movie. It's got what's his face? Brad Pitt and who else? You got to know, Derek. Who else is in there?
Eli Ross is in it.
Don't know.
You've
him.
got who's the guy? Christopher. The Christopher Waltz.
Christoph Waltz.
Yeah, Christoph Waltz. Oh man,
That was his
that
like
is-
major breakthrough.
I,
Right there.
I was going to say Christopher Walken or Reeves.
No, Christoph
he won
Waltz.
He won an Oscar for
Yeah,
that role.
it's amazing. He's really
Dude.
good in it. So
Dude,
good.
you got to see that. It's like it's an alternate history. There was a Brad Pitt plays he's a
he likes
American-
killing Nazis.
he assembles a group of Jewish American soldiers to hunt down Nazis,
And it's
and
fantastic.
they find Hitler in France,
And it's fantastic.
dude, you gotta see it. Like, all right, so let's say that my recommendations for like the Babadook and like Zumbo's Just Desserts, let's just say that like my recommendations are like here, chin level.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Inglorious Bastards up here.
Like out of the
above
screen.
My head.
Out of the screen.
Like for realsies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, you
It's
got
not for
to
the faint of heart, though. So if you're listening to this program and you're like, "Oh, I'm going to watch that with the kids," no, you're not. Don't watch Inglourious Bastards with the kids.
Like if you like Pulp
Watch
Fiction, if
Clockwork Orange with your kids.
No!
Don't watch Glorious Bastards.
oh
and The
my
Shining.
gosh,
no, Bob,
Or-
I'm talking.
Or Pulp Fiction.
All right, guys, I'm talking directly to Bob. If you like
Oh.
Pulp Fiction, if you like, Kill Bill, Inglorious Bastards
Oh,
is
so
for
good.
you.
So good, so good. All right,
I'm saying it.
we're
calling
gonna
it
we're
right
gonna
on
wrap
my
it
list.
right on that. We're gonna wrap it right there, and we're gonna say thank you. He's writing it down. That's how much he's excited about seeing it. We'll check back in with Bob after he watched
It's
it.
because you recommended it too.
No, I'm
No,
giving
this
that
is
one
all
to
you, Derek. You sold me, buddy.
Yeah.
You sold me.
Yeah.
I'll watch it next year.
All right, we're out of time. Unfortunately, we could talk about this forever.
That was fast.
Yeah, but we'll talk to you guys very soon. Thanks for listening. We love you. Appreciate you. Bye bye.